Hello and welcome to another episode of making Diablo clone in Common Lisp. So today we're still continuing that refactoring I've started quite a while ago, probably a month ago or something. In this refactoring I invented some kind of new concept called actions, and so I wanted to refactor some bits of the code using those. For instance, the code that is responsible for movement, or for instance closed combat, or picking up the items. Well, that's basically the three cases I'm going to refactor. So this week there was a huge step, so now I think I've managed to make the movement. So now if I start my demo and wait for a little bit the resources to load, yeah, so if I start a new game, yay, I can move. So this movement is now actually handled by those actions. So I guess my next step would be to make attacking working, because as you can see this critter is staying doing nothing, and if I click on him, yeah, nothing happens. So I think I'm going to work on that today. Right. So I already started making the new code. I only have to figure what's wrong now. Okay, so I've made those two macroses, def executor and def action. I've already defined the swing action, which is like the synonym for close combat. Right. So I've already defined the executor. So I think it should actually work. Yeah, and then I re-implemented the system update for combat system, and now it only deals with the actual damage numbers. So it does not do all of that stuff that's related to actually, well, to other things like changing sprite stances or sounds or etc. So I wonder why my new executor is not working. Probably I should invent some better name, but again, I'm so bad at naming things. So I guess it should be like action handler or something. Okay, I will think about that later. Yeah, but now I have to figure why it is not working. So I've made this handler, which gets the entity, and then it looks at the target, which is now stored inside the action itself, in the swing action. So I look at the target, I get its x and y coordinates. Then if the distance is further than attack range, which is in turn the attribute, or rather field, of component combat, then I make a track action. Oh, okay, wait a sec, is it really working? Yeah, right, so I'm making the track action, which is like move action, but it tracks the moving target. So yeah, it should work. And then in other case, when the distance is right, I just what do? I turn the angle, and I mean the angle of the attacking entity, so that it faces the thing it attacks, and switch sprite stance to swing. So yeah, it all should work. Okay, give me a sec to test something. Yeah, my tracking action is not ready. Yeah, I thought so. So I guess I will have to go back to character system, which I wanted, by the way, to rename to movable or movement system, but anyway. Okay, and I think I should make that track action. Yeah, the command tested, and I think it is not working. At least I'm guessing it's not working. Okay, so right off the bat, this assumes that current action is move action, which is not necessarily true, I guess. Track. Alright. Action, move action. Right, so let's debug it. So this week I've learned some new trick in the Sly, which is the plugin for Emacs to edit Lisp code. So this thing is called stickers, and it is not existent in Slimy, the original old plugin, so to speak. So using those stickers I can actually quite nicely debug some stuff. Okay, so what I want to see here is, for instance, the this action. So that's the sticker actually, and then I want to, what do I want? So perhaps I want to look at the distance, and then maybe look at these conditions. So the stickers actually can be like nested one in another. So now I have just recompile that, and yeah, the stickers aren't. So right, and perhaps I want some stickers here. So I want one when I create a track action, and I guess I want one here. Okay, so now I need to set this variable, how it was called, slice stickers, toggle break on stickers, which will nicely trigger a condition and consequently the debug window when some sticker is targeted. Or what's the word here? Triggered. Yeah, that's the word. Okay, so let's try that. So I think I will be able to look what happens when I click an enemy. Alright, so let's click again and let's click on that critter. Oh, that's right, I think I'm not even creating the attack action, or rather swing action. Yeah, right, I think I need to make one. So in player system, I think I'm missing something. Okay, so where should I go? Target player is that one, the target, yeah, turn on the cursor, so target, blah blah blah, attack, yeah, right, okay, and wait a sec, target, yeah, this wouldn't work either. Action. Okay, I should make some scary comment here. I wonder how does that even compile. Yeah, right, it does not even say that target is something non-existent. Oh yeah, it is something existing. Right, weird. Okay, so attack. What does attack do? Oh, wait a sec. I should deal with second case, I think. So instead of this, with close. First of all, I can do that, I think. Oh, yeah, I can't. Because if... right, so instead of that, I need to remove swing action. And I mean current swing action for a player entity. For player entity. that even exists. Right. So I'll put that here, and yeah. So, where was I? And then make move action. Yeah, that looks rather right. Yeah, okay. So here, attack. What is attack? Right. So that one is here, and unless the stance swing. Okay, what does that wrapper do? So it, I mean, what it was doing before the refactoring. So it obviously sets the target, which I will do. Why it is 21? How is that 21? Emacs, you are weird. Okay, so it sets target, that's obvious. But yeah, first of all it checks if the attack target is not the same as the attacker entity, which is fine. And then we check if this sprite stance is not already swinging. So what does that do? Right, so when some character, for instance a player, is in the middle of an attack, then we don't stop the attack when, for instance, a player clicks again on some enemy, right? So if we are in the middle of an attack, I don't quite get it. How should I do? So well, my my expression compared to what would Jesus do is how it is made in Diablo. So I think I'm going to quickly launch my Diablo using wine and see how that works there. Yeah, sure, it will take a little while. I think wine updated today when I was doing system update. So yeah, right. Okay, here we go. Right, so I'm going to start some simple character, like this level 2 barbarian. Yeah, I think I haven't. No, I probably played with using him a bit. Okay, so I'm going to look at the.
Beware foul demons and beasts.
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to attack some air and see how it works. Okay, so if I'm doing an attack and then try to make another one. Oh yeah, he ends the first one. Yeah. So if I... Yeah, right, okay. So he does not stop the attack mid-air. He waits until it stops. Okay. So if I click there and then click here, yeah, he waits while the first swing is done and just then turns. Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, so if I'm clicking here once, he does not even react. Alright. Okay, enough of that. Where was I? So I obviously should do that check, and I should see if I'm not performing an attack already. So perhaps I do need this wrapper. Yeah, right, initiates, close command attack, blah blah blah. Can I use it anywhere else? Range, attack. Oh, I do. Okay, so in player system twice for some reason, and in mob system. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's probably make that happen. Okay, so do I really need to check the self-harm? I mean, how I can even do that? So mobs perhaps could not do that, but user, I mean the player, probably he could, because, well, there could be some, I wouldn't even call those bugs, but there might be some implementation details here in player system, which will sometime, I mean, like, have this target entity as, well, the player itself, or himself. So, well, yeah, this might be the case. But perhaps I should check that here rather than in this little helper. Yeah, right, so I will disable suicide only for a player. Okay, I'm gonna leave a comment. Right, so here I'm gonna leave this check, make swing action, yeah, sure. So we are going to check if the stance is already swinging. Is that check better than having to check if swing action exists? That's the question. So, which boils down to other situations in where the sprite is in swinging stance, but it does not have the swing action. I would say no. There couldn't be such situations, but I think this check would be perhaps a bit faster. Yeah, I guess I would have to check that claim by looking at disassembly, which I always love. So, come on, disassemble. How? It does not stop being weird. Oh, yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna try some lambda, which would take, okay, some entity, which would be fixed num, of course. And then we will optimize that lambda fully. So we'll make speed 3, safety 0, because we are bad guys. Compilation speed 0, delay speed 0, what else? Debug 0, of course, and space 0. Okay, so that's the end of the declare. So what we are going to do here, we are going to, well, return that boolean telling if we are currently swinging. So with sprite entity stance swing. So that's it. Okay, so that looks quite neat. So that's just several moves, and basically, yeah, that's it. But there are always a but. There are several memory hops here. So, well, basically each move here is indirect move from a memory, which means every move is one memory hop, which again might be not very cache friendly, but who cares? Right, so there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 moves, which is a lot. Okay, so let's look at the other way. Let's try and go with an action. So what we need here, we need to see if there are a swing action with this entity as well, this action's entity. Okay, so there could be two approaches. I could like loop over all actions, which will be terribly slow. And another way, I could just well, I could assume that the current action, I mean, if we are swinging, that then current action is swing action. So yeah, I guess I'm going to assume that. Right. So I'm going to have to get current action, and I already quite forgot. How do I do that? So I reckon I do have some sort of global vector with current actions. Yeah, current action, here we go. So I'm going to take current action for an entity, and then yeah, I'm gonna have to store that in some variables. So let's say, I don't know, action. Then I'm going to see first of all if the type is right, so that action type of that action is swing, so it's act to swing, and then I'm going to, well, basically that's it, I think. So if the current action is swing action, then yeah, we are swinging, I think. Right, okay. So let's look at this disassembly. Oh, this looks even smaller. So again, there is a bunch of modes. And then, yeah, some comparison with a constant, that swing keyword. And here we go. So let's count those moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, there are only 7. I like these much more. I mean, this refactoring is already giving me some fruits of labor. Right, so so probably I should wrap this to some sort of wrapper. Probably. So give me a sec. First of all, can current action return something weird? About the ref, current action entity. And current action is what it is. Oh yeah, I think I've defined it in entities, maybe. Current action, yeah. And by default it's invalid index, right? So, well, first of all, I'm going to check if that is even valid index. So if valid index p gone, index valid p, yeah. If that action index is valid, yeah, right. So now I have some extra branching here, but I don't think it's even that big of an issue compared to, well, the count of memory hops in that first variant, which was 10, by the way. Right, so Yeah, L0, nil, return nil, and in our case do that, jump L2, and then L1, yeah, okay. And it's 69 bytes, which is the same as that first variant with, well, ECS access. Okay, so that's still good. Right, so I think I'm going to make the wrapper. I don't know why, just in case. So it would be called something like swinging, yeah, swinging, just like in the song. Swing. I mean, is that even a word? So if I Google that, oh yeah, okay, that is a word. Swinging. We're just going to quickly look at the translation, which is kinda bizarre. Alright. Yeah, okay, that will do. Yeah, as I've noted before, I'm terribly bad at naming things. So that would be swinging P. And it would take an entity. Right, so we are going to get an action. We are going to look if it is valid. Index valid. That's weird. Let's hold current action. And it is swinging action. Oh, by the way, I think I mean from the completion, I think I need to slightly improve my macros because I've just seen that thing, that second thing, dash action. It's like the symbol interned in my package. I don't want that, and that happens because in my macro here I have this as a symbols, and what I want is, what do I want? So I want it like that? Maybe no, I don't think. Yeah, awkward. That's the place where I don't know Common Lisp that well. So how do I do it? No. How? Oh wait, I think that's how we do it. So what if I symbolicate like this? Would that work? Oh, variable. Weird. So okay, the idea is to do just like you do in the package.lisp here. So those things, they are kinda not interned, right? Oh, yeah, I'm doing exactly the same. Okay, let's look at ASD. No, not ASD. Right, okay, I'm going to think about that later, but still I would need to do that. I mean, how weird, that's weird. Oh, I can use keywords actually. So if I use something like that, it works. Oh, okay. I'm going to just to use keywords here. That would also help because keywords are not interned in the package. Right. Oh yeah, and I think that want to, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave a comment about that. Prevent unwanted internal. Right, so where was I? I was making this little helper. Right, so I'm going to first of all make it in line, so that's it's a little bit faster. And then I'm going to define the type of that. So it takes obviously a fixed number and returns a boolean. So that's my swinging p. Right, so without an optimizations, I think this might be looking a bit... what's happening? Yeah, right, Emacs is stuck again. Right, so without the optimization, this might be looking a bit more bulky. Wait, what? Okay, that's just plain weird. Let's just copy the name, just in case. Oh, disassemble. Alright. Okay, so yeah, with the safety on, it's a bit more. Yeah. Colon keyword p. Oh, yeah. This code though. Right, okay, so where was I? Now I have this little helper, so I can use that just to check if I should make a new attack. Perhaps I could, I should even rename that, but as long as I only have a close combat attack in my game, yet, I think that name will do. Probably later I would make this function a little bit more generic, but right now, yeah, no matter. So, unless we are already swinging, and attacker entity, we make swing action. Make swing action with an entity of attacker entity, then with no parent for this action, and with the target of target entity. Yeah. So I think that's it. Yeah, right. Okay. So now I can use that in player system, but yeah, first of all I should check for self-damage. So unless the target is player entity, where do we get target? Yeah, right, character from the cursor. Alright, so I think that's basically is the source of that weird bug where you could just click on your player and, well, hit yourself. So yeah, that's a bit dizzy. Right, so unless they are equal, we do attack, and we simultaneously set last target to that target. Okay, so I've done the check. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so the thing is that I shouldn't even be using push combat here. Make move action. Alright. Perhaps I could check here for a swinging, and if a character, I mean player character, is swinging, I can just stop that by, well, removing an action. Yeah, perhaps I would do it also right now. So, yeah. So, I'm going to do two things. First, I'm going to remove that swinging stuff. So when we are swinging, we delete an action. Oh, and I think this this thing could return a generalized boolean by returning the that current action. Oh, but anyway, it's easy to just do that. Okay, so the action, current action, layer entity. Right, so we stop swinging when we do swinging, and then we create a movement action. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it compiles. So let's see if that will actually work. Okay, so we still can move, and if we'll click that critter, yeah, oh, that's my sticker actually, which I've said before. So right now we're about to create a tracking action. And whoa. Okay, so that didn't go very well. Make move action, and in make move action we called delete entity actions. Why? Let's look at. Yeah, the only thing is, which is quite bad in slide to my taste, is that it is creating the windows in like totally random way. So I've used to have this slide debugger on my right, but now it's on my left, and I'm just, yeah, find it quite hard to think having it on the other hand. Okay, so in make move action we've called, for some reason, delete entity actions, and then we call delete action 0, and it was already deleted as the problem. So we are trying to call delete action on deleted action, which is not very good. It's like double delete. So how does that happen? So we try to initialize tracking action, make move action, yeah, okay, let's look at the macro which defines make whatever action. Yeah, here we go. Oh, side effect of constructor function is to replace current action chain with a new action. Oh yeah, that's where this idea is not working with another idea. Okay, so I'm going to quit that, and yeah, I'm going to clear my stickers and then, well, switch to REPL. Right, so the problem here, the problem is that in actions in this macro, yeah, I thought that this constructor, the first thing that it would be doing is to, well, remove all actions that entities currently having. And I even left the comment that side effect of this constructor function is to replace current action chain with the new action. But the thing is that in character system, in one of the stickers too, in this track action, which I am currently testing, the idea is to have two actions active simultaneously, the tracking action and the movement action. And when tracking action sees that well, the target entity changed its coordinates, then it will accordingly modify the target coordinates for the movement action. But oh, maybe that's not even the issue here. Right, so let's look at the stack again. Stack on that condition. Come on, just be faster. Okay, let's click on here, and yeah, no applicable method for do delete action with arguments deleted. So basically it tells that we can't double delete an action. So how does that happen? In make move action we tried to create an action for entity 12, which should be the player. Is it? Yeah, it is. So with the parent of 0, I mean, why 0? That's weird. Oh yeah, the 0 was tracking, right? So we are creating, okay, so what is happening? We are in execute action, we try to execute the swing action, in which we see that the distance to an enemy is too far, and we want to create a tracking action. So we proceed, we initialize the new tracking action, which would have the parent of wait a sec. So here in execute action type we have 0, and then we initialize action. And then we call initialize action track with an argument of 0. That's okay, that's straight weird. There might be a problem in here in tracking thing. So initialize action, move action. Okay. Alright. Oh. So we are assuming that current action is move action. Why we are assuming that? I think that's not quite right. Oh, that's some nice track. Wait. Okay, so we're assuming that current action is move action. So we are in implement system. We are creating the track action. Entity with parent action, yeah. So the current action is still swing. Right. And then okay, I feel like there is some tiny pesky error in my macro implementation. Somewhere I messed up the indices or something. Right, so we are creating the track action, and after it is created, what do we do? So we make move action. Alright. The parent equals to action. Yeah, right, that is right. And with an entity, yeah. And with some target. So then, and then we activate that one. Okay, then I'm still not getting what is happening. So I click here and get it. So no, I want it in another window. Can I have that? Far right. So right this. Oh, yeah, that's slightly better. And then I don't want a rebel here. I want my code. Yeah, that's better. So what do I have here? Stickers. Yeah, okay. So we execute actions, and then we execute swing action. Let's look at that. So we execute it here. We have the action equals to 0. So we have our action chain starting at the action with index 0, which is swing. Then what happens then? Then we obviously make track in action with the same entity and the parent of 0. So let's go to the track in action. Yes, so then what do we do? So then we try to initialize this track in action here. For some reason we have action equals 0, which is totally wrong. Okay, so let's look at the macro again. So we have called make track action, right? And the combat. Yeah, we called make track action. And the first thing it did is delete entity actions of that entity. This basically means that we deleted. Oh, how have I done that? So this means that we deleted this swing action. Okay. Delete entity actions of president. So I have to replace but that's not how you do that. You do that by, well, setting the parent action to the newly created action, I think, and then just setting active to false of a parent, and by the way, of the previously active one. So I think, yeah, let's please not active the parent action entity. Yeah, so we set the current one. Yeah, so I think I need to actually replace that line with what? Oh, but this might be an issue of kind of losing. I mean, I don't want to call that garbage collection or anything, but it could mean if I would set okay, I'll just leave it on. So I want to do here, what I want to do here is to set active flag for current entity to no. But by doing that, I could kind of lose that action, so it will always have the flag active of nil, which means it will never get active, and well, it would be kinda lost, kinda dead weight, so it would occupy some memory, but it would never do anything useful. Yeah, right. That might be a problem. So the current action. Current action. And the side effect should be replace the current action. Oh, replace the current action. What do we do in delete entity actions? So we start with current action. Yeah, right, but alright. Okay, so I think this should be kinda exception. So like we don't do that if it's a parent, because then when we delete that action we will activate the parent back, which means we won't lose that entity, and it wouldn't be the dead weight like I've described. So I think unless our current entity, I mean current action of the entity is not equals to parent, here. So unless those are equal, we do delete this stuff, right? So if current action is not parent, yeah, so then we delete it. And let's replace current action chain with action or that chain. Yeah, right. So I think this should do. Okay, so this was a macro, which means I've changed that, so it means I should restart the whole LISP image and recompile all of this stuff, which is a bit painful. Okay, so and okay, so I think this should do something better now. Okay, so we still can move, and if we click that critter, yeah, almost. And again, we are trying to delete the deleted action. How does that happen? Alright, so we make a swing action, we delete entity actions, and we delete action 0. Make it 12, make swing action. And we have a negative parent, by the way, so how? And so we call delete. Okay, again, the wrong window. So in this macro, we only call delete entity actions here in the constructor, which means this has triggered, but the parent was -2. So how the heck? So, okay, I'm not getting that. So I think I'm going to set some stickers again. So current action index P action parent. And then delete action. Okay. So again, break on stickers. Yeah, cool. Alright, so in the sticker we go. So first of all, where we are. We are in execute actions. We started executing swing actions, and then in there we decided to make a track action and then to initialize it, and then we decided to make a move action in that track action with a wrong parent, by the way. Yeah, so here we have an action equals 0, which was swing action. Then we called initialize action. Okay, that's just plain run. So then we called, so then in make move action, I had the parent of 0, and then we called deleted entity actions, which is again wrong. So I think I should look at this macro of mine, and here somewhere in this constructor is an error. Right, so the index is 0, deleted in the system, helper, length helper. Okay, so can I have my REPL back? Okay, yeah, right. I want to call that helper, which would be something like move actions length. Yeah. 0. Okay. I think at some point I'm mixing up the global indices, I mean the global index of an action and the, well, local index, so to speak, of the action type. I most definitely do that. So let's see. Let's look precisely at those indices. So we have a global index, which is F0, and this is actions 1. Okay, let's look at actions 1. Oops. 2, right. So, and here, index. Actions index, initialize. Right, initialize action. I think here should be global index. By I think, I mean I am most sure. So yeah, the global index, yeah, of course. So then again, I would have to restart all this stuff. And how come I have Windows so mixed up? Okay, can I switch back to the code, please? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, that isn't funny, even. Okay, so, yeah, have I changed actions? Yeah, right. Okay. So now it would most definitely work, I think. Okay, it is not failing, but um, yeah, well, it kind of works, but yeah, not as well as I expected. Okay, see if weird. So is it an obstacle which doesn't let us go? Right, so now she turns, but how she's not attacking the creature, and yeah, now that's just weird. Yeah, now she just runs. Just like in the opening of Sailor Moon. Yeah, pardon my references. Oh, here we go. So now if we are close enough, we are falling through that condition and we are not making a move action in, and we are actually attacking that thing. Yay! That worked. That's fun. But again, the combination of moving and then attacking is not working very well, which, well, in turn says something about the quality of actions implementation. Yeah, and now she just not moving. Yeah, I keep killing that thing. Weird. Very weird. I think it has something to do with tracking action. Most possibly. Yeah. Right. So let's maybe inspect some of those. Let's go maybe over what? Over track? No, over move actions. And with move actions, I can't remember the bindings, so it was target X, something. Let's look. So where am I looking at? In character system. So I'm looking at move action and I'm looking at target X. Yeah. Let's even just do that. Oops. Okay. Continue. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, is this even working? Yeah, it kinda does not. New. It's fun. Okay, let's look at the actions themselves. Right, so there's a lot of them. By lot I mean quite a lot, like 208. Okay, and we have a lot of swing actions. I think that's the ones from previous restarts, because I'm not clearing those on the new game. Wait a second, and I think I'm not removing those when entity is removed, which I should do. Yeah, here, so we delete children, we should be deleted. Component then, okay. So before doing that, I think we will do with entity actions. Hold on, entity. Okay, so back to here. So we have a lot of swing actions, we have some deleted ones, but we don't have move action, which is weird. Okay, so let's look maybe at current actions. Yeah, right. And it is, are they all negative? So okay. My eyes are not so good these days. So global actor, yeah, of the current action, and I need to find something that is not negative. I kind of forgot how to do that. Item sequence. Can I have a predicate here? Yeah, the test. LISP, I think. Oops. Phone number here is. So what do I put in item? Oh yeah, item sequence. Item. Okay, how do I find if? Is it? Yeah, right, find if. So the predicate would be class P, and then the sequence would be that one, and then, yeah. No, okay, so all elements in current action are negative, which means no entities have currently an action. Which is obviously a bug, because, well, the stance of a sprite is running, but we have no active actions. But it looks like she have active action of move. Right, so perhaps I need some sort of disruptor actually, which will, I mean, at least for a movement action, it would set the sprite stance back to idle or whatever. Right now it's working. So at some point I've deleted a move action. How does that happen? I mean, it could only happen here. Alright. And it only happens when you've reached the target here. I guess that's this condition. Okay. Perhaps I can set a sticker here that does switch stance return. Oh, whatever issue returns. What issue returns? Make event class, which does what? Oh, it is the event structure. Alright, I guess. So, okay, I'm going to set a sticker here and set this flag again. Yeah. So now we just. Oh, how does that? Oh yeah, I see. We just stopped moving. Right, this makes sense. So now if I track that thing, please. Okay, the sticker is not triggered. And can I have my REPL back, please? Thank you. Okay, so how did that happen? Is it something I'm tracking action? Oh, I do remove that one here. Okay, and even here. Okay, so what are those cases? I think that's the ones where I can't. Yeah, that's the one where I can't reach something, is it? Yeah. And that one is where I, well, reached the destination. So in both of those cases, I need to switch stance back to idle. Yes. Why do I even have when here? I mean, why do I check the stance actually working? Oh, perhaps that's for the case when the movement haven't even started, and then it already is stopping. Again, that's weird. Perhaps I can focus to remove stickers and then convert to that. Right. So I guess I need to do the same here. Again, something like a constructor would make sense. I will comment about that. So that's my track connection. Okay. So let's try and do that. Okay. Right, so it is stopping for some reason. The tracking action is stopping. Why? So let's set stickers here. Oh, I'm so going to be using that feature now. So, right, so we are here. We tried to initialize an action and the length of path is 0. Wait a sec, where is that path coming from? We move action of move action. Okay. How does that work? Yeah, okay. So it kind of calculates the path using a star, which I would be refactoring quite soon also. But right now, what is happening? So my path is 0, which previously meant that the character is at some sort of obstacle and it can't move further. But what's freaking happening here? Because, well, there were no obstacles. So what is really happening here? So we execute an action of the track. Yeah, we're here. That's just one level. Okay, I think I will try to comment that maybe. Yes, let's go further and yeah. Oh, was that thing broken? Yeah, I think it was. Okay, never mind. So, I'm gonna clear stickers and yeah, no, not that. Okay, so I think I'm going to comment that one just for a moment. Something like that. Right, so I just modify that form. Oh, hello. What happened here? Execute action. Check. And how -2 is there? Oh, perhaps I think the movement action might have deleted itself. And then again, please go to the left. Why would you? Okay. Right, so we are in track. Right? Yeah, on track. I think that's this case. So I will do left and yeah. Perhaps I will remove, toggle that flag and I can look at stickers other way anyway. But yeah, wait a second. I think I have to clear those nice stickers. Some stickers away. Yeah. Okay, how do I clear those? Help? Okay, I'm kinda not very used to that thing. Right, okay. Alright, and now I am going to try and cause a track action. Right, so if I look at those stickers now, looks like there's 77 new recordings, forget about old ones, yep. Okay, so 2, 77. Okay, so this means that this action, this track action, was called 77 times, this handler function, and it had 2 as the move action for 76, and then on 77th, yep, -2. Right. First of all, that's interesting why this movement action is even deleted. this could be those two cases. Alright, and then boom. Okay, so I have to understand why the underlying movement action is deleted. So I think for that, again, sticker. And I don't even need that one because I know what happens here. Okay, so let's go here and then try and attack it. Okay. So let's look at stickers recorded. Yep, forget. Okay, one of two. Next one. Wait a sec. So they both were that ones. Sticker 13 on line 66. And for some reason 2 times? That's weird. Or maybe not, because I was moving before. Right. Okay, so the second time it... Well, thing is, both times it was that case, which is that I'm kind of reached the destination, which again is weird. Which is really weird. Right. So perhaps I should go from some far distance and look what is happening then. Like somewhere from here. Yep. So now I'm going to attack that one. No, she's quite far. So I think there's something wrong with defining that that we reach the target. Yeah, that's something really wrong there. Yeah, right. Perhaps I should just resort to some more awkward way of debugging, which is, well, debug logging. So first of all, I will toggle debug. No, I will just use debug info, I think, because, well, my default level of logging is info, if I recall correctly. Yeah, init log, and init log takes info as default optional argument. Right, so info it is. So then in info I will log all that is happening. So here, no, wait, it's not. Right, so if we haven't reached the one. Okay, first of all, what is that condition? So if not angle approximately equal to this target. this means that we kinda haven't reached the target yet. And then if we have a path of 0 length, it means that... what does it mean? That we are kinda stuck, or... yeah, what does that really mean? And then in other case we just forward path. Okay, so I'm going to just write something like 0 path case. And then start. Okay, then. Alright, I'm going to have to look for format specifiers for floats, because I don't remember those from the top of my head. Yeah, of course, sure. So what do I want format? Yeah, that one. Right, format. So how do I do a floating point? Right, so comma and then the number, right? So yep. Okay. So angles are, let's keep a couple of decimal points. So first one is this angle, and the second one is this calculated one. Okay, and I have some other interesting cases. Okay, so here is that collision. Yeah, and yeah, I think that's it. Oh, how does that work? So if T, if we do not oh yeah, we switch to walking. Alright, so I think that's it. Let's open the log. No, sure, yeah. Right, so let's start and just look at the log. We could even do that real time. I guess I could even open that in Emacs, but yeah, it would be nicer to have here. Yeah, here we go. So let's go here. Yes, now we stopped because of 0 path case, because we haven't had any path more to follow. And the angles were quite different, if not approximately equal. Yeah, right. It means just that we just went over that point where we should have been. Which kinda makes sense, I guess. Okay, so let's go and attack that one. Yeah, and here we go. So again, 0 path case. Oh, could it be that 0 here is kinda mixing up with the pi, which is like a full circle? That's interesting. So let's add more decimal points. Like, I don't know, 5. And look if that helps. Yeah, sure. Okay, so first we move here. Yeah, right. And then we try and attack that one. Yep. Yeah, so this looks very much like minus pi, which is again using some trigonometry stuff, is like 0. Okay, so this might be an actual bug that I found. So I have to kinda change those back to kinda unit circle. I think I had the code for that at least somewhere, maybe in sprite system. Blah blah blah. No, I think in sprite. No, that one in sprite, not sprite batch. Here, so if we search for pi. Yeah, angle 1 minus p in path to p. Okay. So the case here, what was it? So I had minus pi as that thing that that's returned by face target. Right. So maybe I should just fix that. So where is it? Face target. Housing character system. So wait a sec. How do I go back using evil G, by the way? Is it Helen? Nope. Something like go back. Yeah, anyway, Control O will work. But I'm still curious. So it is evil jump backward. And if I use it here, evil jump backward. No, just Control O. Okay. Right, so where was I? No, I wasn't there, I was here. Face target. Approximately equal angle to face target. Oh, face target. Wait a sec, that's follow path, that's face target. Okay, so I should just maybe tweak this arctangent to return the proper value on the unit circle. I wonder why it is returning shit. Yeah. I'm just going to think about points per second of this figure. If I'm correct, I think we put that implementation on this one. Okay. The value of a ton is always between minus p exclusive and p inclusive, when minus 0 is not supported. The range of the foregoing arctangent when minus 0 is supported includes minus p. And then again, the problem was that this was yeah, the thing is that if I add 2 pi to that, it would become plus pi, which is again not 0. So how? Yeah, that's again awkward. I'm not very good at trigonometry since school. Um, okay, so what is minus pi angle? Actually, I might have Googled for that, and again, that's really awkward. So minus pi angle. Yeah, maybe look at images. Yeah, not understand in degrees. Okay, let's convert that to degrees. Minus p radians to degrees. Okay, Google is not getting what I'm saying. Okay, so it's almost minus 180. So if we start from... Okay, so my zero is, if I recall correctly, the east direction. No, that's the west, right? No, that's east. So east is 0. Then if we go minus angles, we are going clockwise. So we go 90 is here, and then 180 is it's there. So it's precisely what 180 is, which again is not 0 actually. So how does that even happen? Okay, what if I try and go from different angle? Yeah, that's really awkward. Let's go here. Then go and attack that one. Yeah, right. Use same here and... Right, so now we have that one and minus whatever, which is weird. Oh, and here they were in reverse, which is fun. So they are almost, they're precisely the same, but they're switched directions. So what if we add pi to that thing? So we have fun. So we have that thing, and if we multiply that by 180 over pi, we get 45 degrees. Alright. 45 degrees. Yeah, sure. And that one, oh, that's... Yeah, right, so if I add pi here, I get this. Right. No, I think the maths here is correct. I don't need to add the pi, because those values are kind of the same when the character is moving to the target. And then when it goes slightly just a tiny bit over the target, like from that point, like it was going from here, blah blah blah, the angles were the same, then it went here, and then just a tiny bit over, and those angle values suddenly switch over. So those maths are right, I'm pretty sure. So why that thing is happening? Okay, I think it has something to do with the path. I'm having. So here is, yeah, right here. If want to go your path. So in other case, we would also lock something. And yeah. Do I have path here? Yeah, I do. Alright. Come on, be faster. Okay. So let's try again this direction. And then attack. Okay. So here is the path. Minus 6, minus 6, minus 5, minus 5, minus 4, minus 4. So which is... oh, okay. Weird. That's weird. Okay, I think I should also log the calculation of the path here. Yeah, so that after that I can log that. So I can say that the path from that to that is like that. Okay, and that here is, let's have two decimals. So the initial point is x and y, right? Yeah. And the target is target x and target y. Yeah. So let's look at the logs now. Come on. Oops. Alright. Let's go here. Oh, what? What is... oh, I think I forgot one argument. Yeah, I did. I forgot one argument for format, which is underlying in login file. So that one is path, right? Yeah. So let's go again some point here, and then try and attack that critter. Okay, so what happened here? So we had to move from 0 to minus 4, minus 4, and the path was minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. Okay, cool, that looks reasonable. And then again, because of some, again not a bug but implementation feature, this thing when I click something, these events works several times, like 3 or 4 times. So this happens, but yeah, that's expected. Minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. Yeah, okay. Now we're following that path. Right, so that was when I was walking upwards. Then we reached the destination. Alright, cool. And then we went back from minus 5 to 2. Where that critter stands. Yeah, exactly. So the path is 1, 1, 0, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, which is again reasonable, I think. Oh wait, but now what is this? Minus 5, minus 5, 2, 2, 2. And that one, that's weird. That's terribly weird. Okay, so I see the problem. Well, first of all, the thing is that we calculate the path to the point minus 4, which does not make any sense at all. Okay, so I think this has something to do with the fact that I call initialize action somewhere here in a track. So what was it? Action, yeah, here. Right. Unless equals current target x and current target y. Which does what it does. Which action. Okay, so I want to maybe okay. I'm here, and what I'm getting here is that second one, target x, target y, is garbage. And why is that garbage? Yeah, okay. Okay, so one time it is kind of right, 2 and 2, that's where critter stands. And then minus 4, which is, I beg your pardon, where does that even come from? And then the initial point yield, it is kind of right, kind of. But then again it's slightly changed, yeah, that's terribly weird. Then again, it's correct path and well, that's correct behavior, except that it is not, because my target is all garbled up. So maybe I'm setting the target here incorrectly. With move action. So target X. I'm not even writing. Oh, wait a second. Move target X. Yeah, okay. I don't even use those. Okay, maybe 2 points after 2 decimal points. Right, so target X, not X, and then move target Y. Come on, right. environment, and here we go. Alright, so following the path caves. Yeah, here we go. Move target before. -4, -4. Which is totally wrong, by the way. But I'll follow. So then we get it right somehow. And then again, move target before. Weird. That's weird. That's totally weird. Right. So where have I created this damn action? Yeah, here, target X. So I've set here the coordinate of the target. Okay. Let's log it to it. Right, so let's do that. So now, initial move target was 2 and 2, which is totally right and totally correct. But then somehow we get this. Target before. -4, and then initial move target was setting it right, but then we got move target before. Okay, so this might have something to do with the actions again. I can have them kind of mixed up, I guess. So I will add here the movement action itself. Okay, so I'm going to have set it to that. Action to this one. And then log that. And then log move action. And then here. Recompile them both. Okay. Yeah, this certainly looks like some memory corruption of sorts. And then again, I might be messing up with some indices. Yeah, right. So, what do we have here? Initial move target. Wait, what? That's not how. Weird. Totally weird. So initial move target. Move action. Oh, maybe it make move action returns some crap. Right. Actually, yeah. I think I should make it return. Where was I? I should make it return the global index. And right now it returns what initialize action returns. And that's not very nice. Okay, so god damn it. So I'm gonna return the global index. And here we go. So that's a macro, which means I should restart the whole LISP image. Alright. notice how... Okay, I don't want stickers here. No. So, debug. Okay, first we go somewhere here, and then we try and attack. Okay. So initial move target, we have the action number 2. Then in move target before, that's here, we have it wrong. We have it equal to -2, which is approximately next tile to be careful. Weird, that's weird. The thing is, we have it every time. We have it correct and then incorrect. Wait a second. Do I change target X or target Y here in the move action? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't do that. So how it is happening? Yeah, weird. Yeah, that only could mean that I mess up target X and or Y here. Yeah, that's those bindings. So those are kinda new coordinates to which I set my tracking action. And those new coordinates... Okay, wait a sec. Or shouldn't I like set them first to that action? So because that's the case. Okay, so what is even happening here? So we're tracking some target, and if the distance is too far, we first, yeah, we get the current path. No, that's the current wait a second. No, that's totally weird. I think I have just a simple logic error here. So what we want to do, we want to look at the current move action and its target X, target Y, and we want to look at the actual entity that is target and its coordinates. And if those do not equal one to another, we want to just set that new target X and target Y and call that initialize action so that it recalculates the path. At least that's the idea for that bit of code. But what are we doing here instead? So let's see. Okay, so first of all, probably I should rename some of the variables. So let's see, current X, okay, current X, that's the current, like the entity, it's nothing to change here. but then the target. So I have the target. Okay, let's have it like that. Target X, target Y. Probably target. So that's like the actual ones. Then, yeah, we check if the distance is too far. If distance is too far, we check if we should change those for the movement action. So we use with move action, and we use bindings move target X and move target Y. Right. So then we look at the actual point we are moving to. And we name it current target X and current target Y. So then if the path is empty vector, we use current X and current Y, which is totally wrong, I think. So the current target, yeah, I think that's where my mistake is coming from. So this should be, what should that be? That should be actually move target X and move target Y, right? And then if we have a path, then we just set it to the last point in path. Yeah, right. So now this makes sense. So the current target X, current target Y. That's the current target the move action is moving to. So if that current action is not equals to our actual target coordinates, here we go, target X, target Y, then we should set those. No, wait a sec. Action, yeah, we should set those. We should set move target X to target X and move target Y to target Y. Yeah, that's what we should do. And then probably log some stuff. Right. And I don't need this comment, and oops, that one. And I think we're good to go. Yeah, that's awkward. Okay, so let's see. We go here, then try and attack that one. Yay, it works. Almost works. The tracking action works. It's super awesome. So if I click on that one, she moves directly to him. But then she don't want to do an attack, but she does. Okay, so I think, oh yeah, right. And now the only thing I have to do in my new actions implementation is to make the switching to apparent, because in my current situation the tracking action was the child of a swing action, and after the that child track action is removed, I actually have to switch back to the swing action, which I currently don't do because, well, I have to code that. Yeah, right. So I think I will remove all of my debug logging, but wait a sec. Do I need this bit of code? So this happens when my move action is unable to find any path, but still it would set target X and target Y. Yeah, I think I don't need that bit. I wouldn't remove that. Yeah, but I will remove though the login clauses. So that one, and I'll eliminate this variable here. Oops, extra parentheses here. Where else do I have login? Here, and also here, and here, and here. Right, here we go. I also remember this nice movement thing in the eye. It's actually from the evil mode when you press square bracket 2 times. It's super cool. Okay, so yeah, I think I recompiled all of the stuff which is needed. Yeah, let's try that again. Is my Enoch stuck? Yeah, it was. Right. I think she's moving kinda slower when reaching for that guy. Yep, I think, yeah, it has something to do with several actions created. Yeah, I will need to fix that one, but that's related to the events system and, well, the user input. So yeah, I think I will deal with that later. But anyway, so yeah, so the thing is that at the end of the movement, she does not attack. Oh yeah, I think I will have to deal with that input events bug first. So big to do here. Actions created event. Yeah, right. And then, oh yeah, and then the obviously I will need to have that mechanism that switches to parent when the child action is stopped. Yeah, but they're working like separately, so that's cool. That's a start. Alright, so I think I'm done with streaming for today. Right, so hopefully I will finish that stuff the next week and present something new on the next Saturday. Right, so thanks for watching. Come back next Saturday for more. So yeah, take care and goodbye.